From the Litchfield Hills to Long Island Sound. You are watching Live with Lumi and Michelle. And now your host, MicheleMarieDalene.
Hi guys, hail I'm here, meet everybody, it's MicheleMarieDalene, and of course today we all know what's going on with the Ukraine. I also wanted to point out I sent a letter to my local congressmen and senators of the state of Connecticut and told them that I believe it is time that Joe Biden must be impeached. And I'm gonna show you the letter I sent them because I copied it, so you guys can see it. It's not that long. Let me get to it on the screen here, because I'll be honest, it's very disturbing to see how the situation becomes out of control, and I'm extremely angry at the fact is that Joe Biden is violating the United States Constitution. Let's see if we can find it here. Discord, clean my accent. It's not a clean doc. No, finder. I don't know where's this stupid text edit. Here we go. And this is what it says right here. I don't know if you can see that screen or not, if it's too small for you. So let me read it to you for those of you who can't see it. It says, it is time to impeach President Biden. He is doing a terrible service to Connecticut with his policies. In addition, he is required to have Congress authorize any wars. He has single-handedly violated the U.S. Constitution in regards to this. We all don't need to get into Ukraine squabbles. It would be best if the U.S. stayed out of the matter and to focus on domestic matters such as finally getting Social Security recipients the much-needed living wage equivalent of no less than 100% of the federal poverty level. This president is not doing any good for this country by his actions, and he must be removed from office. There you go. Very simple, very concise, right to the point. The Democrats in general, unfortunately, haven't done anybody any good lately, besides pushing policies that are not at all in the best interest for America. Okay, if you need me to explain it in more detail, I certainly could do that. Putin has threatened to make someone needs to get rid of him. No, I don't think anyone needs to get rid of Putin. I think we need to get rid of Biden. I gotta find my pink sponge for my microphone. I think it's on the floor here. Because I'm standing smack against the wall again. Oh, God. Let me put this pink sponge between the wall and the microphone stand here. Biden is actually more respected by America than Putin is. Putin is more respected than Biden is, because Biden has not only violated the U.S. Constitution, he's violated the trust of America. And midterms come in, he and his ilk are going to be replaced. They're going to be voted out. It is already obviously clear that he has violated the trust of Americans put into the president. Okay? That should tell you something. Biden has violated the trust Americans put into our Constitution. No. You know what? Here's the deal. If Biden and NATO didn't keep trying to push themselves into what was formerly Eastern Europe, we wouldn't have had half of these problems. Okay? Now, I gave Edix an example this morning. And it's a little more on a local level, and there's some twists. But basically it goes like this. Imagine, if you will, you have a house, and your neighbor has a house right in front of you. Now, your neighbor is right near the highway. Everything is good. He has an acre of land, so you don't actually have to sit and listen to the highway noise, or the smoke, or the exhaust gases, alright? Everybody's happy. Your state Department of Transportation says, we need to expand the highway. So they make an offer to your neighbor. Your neighbor says, okay, fine, I will sell you the land because he needs the money. Now, all of a sudden, all that traffic, all that noise, and both the construction and the is going to now be at your front door. You didn't want that. You don't want to deal with the noise and the traffic and the honking horns, whatever. You just wanted to quietly keep the distance between you and the highway. So you go over to the Department of Transportation and you complain, right? I don't want this thing in front of my house. I don't want this right at my doorstep. And they say, well, then move. And you're like, I don't want to move. I've been here the whole time. And you go to your neighbor and you say, why don't you offer me the option to buy the land? They give me a better deal on the money and the price. Well, I don't want the highway in my front yard. Unfortunately, Department of Transportation says basically gives you the big raspberry and says, sorry, it's going to be in your front yard, like it or not. That's pretty much what's going on here. Who's really wrong here? You, because you don't want the highway in your front yard? Or your neighbor because he sold his property to the Department of Transportation? Because he needed the money because he was falling behind on his bills or whatever. I mean, that's kind of similar in a sense, because what it is with Ukraine and NATO, what's going to happen is basically just like that. Now, all of a sudden, you're going to have to deal with the equivalent of the highway of lorries and other traffic clogging up and polluting your immediate surroundings because your neighbor had to sell it to the Department of Transportation. I think, though, in the case of this, he doesn't necessarily want to have nuclear weapons being used. Putin has got one of the biggest armies next to us. I don't think he wants to necessarily use a widespread nuclear weapon option. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, NATO is part of the problem, but Joe Biden is even more so. He sits there, talks a big game, and then yet, no one's listening to Biden's concerns. Stop and listen to Biden's side of it for a bit. Would you blame him? No, I don't blame him. Yeah. Well, we always are fighting for France because France helped us in the Revolutionary War. And then did we help them during their reign of terror? I don't know. But the thing is Red, knock it off. I'm sure she'll donate if she feels the topic's worth it. Now, that brings the reason why we didn't have a show last night. I was so emotionally and physically tired from walking around last night that I just basically just wanted to quietly just collapse in bed and just do something other than worry about phone calls and soundboards and the other associated BS that comes along with that. Hi, Taylor Kitty, how you doing? Right now, I'm a little more concerned about China and Taiwan. Because you know what? Overall, sit there fixated on Ukraine. Taiwan is going to come right. China is going to march right into Taiwan as a sideshow. You keep forgetting that. This is all staged, guys. This is like the WWE. This is all staged. Everything. I didn't say we're not having any night shows. Skynet. I never said we're not having any night shows. I said we didn't have a light show last night. That doesn't mean there's not going to be a night show. I need time for me, too, when I'm physically hurting. I need time for me to recover. I'm 53 years old. Okay, 54 now. Okay? I need time for me. I need time to clear my head and sort through all the baloney that's going on in the world around us. Yes, they are. North Korea is watching us. And so's China. And so's Iran. And so's Iraq. And so's Syria. Yeah, you think they're not going to quietly walk right into Israel? Oh, yeah. Syria hates Israel. And yeah, they'll take advantage of it too. Like I said, it's staged in a way. Because what's going on is you got one thing, because the way U.S. media is, and all of a sudden, those people are so wrapped up with one story and being the main story on the news that the other stories just don't get any air coverage. So the average American think everything is okay. Yes, that's right. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be, they're going to do yeah. Yeah, they're gonna. This is not a mistake. They're not. This, and this is not a conspiracy theory. It's happened before. It's happened before. Why would you say that? Well, the panel's open now, guys. The point I'm trying to say is, I think it's just disgusting that these events keep happening. This year, 2022, has been a mess. I didn't even hear what Leo said. It's only $100, Andrew. It is. Oh, okay. Well, congratulations. They'll still help pay off your bills. Pay your gas bill this month, which is going to be a big difference. You think your electric bill is going to be low? I'm going to tell you something, guys. Get ready to see your gas bill and your electric bill shoot up to 200%. That's right. You get a $100 a month electric bill? Tell you $200 a month. Watch how many people have forced to give up electricity because they can't afford it. Something wrong with that? Magical just sees things like I do. She's looking at the situation from an analytical perspective. You want to talk about a retard? Look at Biden. There you go. He smirks every time he says, every time the camera show him. He's always got a smirk in his face. Oh, like I know what I'm doing. Yeah, right. Yeah, you really do. Right, I understand that. No. And I'm not going to invest in the stock market. It's way too volatile. Don't even go there. You can bet that everything is going to go up to the friggin' roof. This is how I know you're... I don't know if she's fake. I watched one of her videos. I don't see her as fake. Oh, Magical. Make sure, in order to be in compliance with the Americans with Disability Act on your channel, make sure to set your default language in your uploads to English, please, so I can get closed captions so I can read them. Because if I can't read the captions, yes, I subscribe to your channel, then it makes my life much harder. So when you do your upload defaults, set your default language to English. Henderson wants to go on. Okay, let him on real quick here. Good morning.
Hello, MicheleMarieDalene. It's Henderson. How does this morning find you?
A little bit between a rock and a hard place.
Tell me about it.
But I sent a message to my congressmen and my senators about impeaching Biden. Noodles is here.
Oh my, do you think there'll be any results from this?
I don't know.
Michelle. Oh, Michelle. Oh.
Noodles, come off. Let's talk about the
I
matter at hand
want
here.
your thick Norwegian creamy legs wrapped around my thick Italian neck. Oh.
Alright, anyway, Noodles, enough. Okay. This is a more sincere show, and
Hey,
I would
Michelle,
like to...
do you have a crush on Noodles?
Do you have a crush on Noodles? No, I don't.
Oh, I think he has a crush on you.
Yeah. That's what I hear.
Yeah, he does. He told me.
Well, the point is that the situation is, I hope that Senator Larson and Blumenthal will look at this issue as low as Senator or Representative. I get mixed up. Representative Larson, Senator Murphy, and Blumenthal will look into what I'm saying and say, you know what?
Oh, Michelle. As I smell you all the... I want to bury my face in between your butt cheeks and just let that Norwegian gas rip into my thick Italian nostrils.
Now, MicheleMarieDalene, which political figure do you think is the most attractive?
Most attractive?
Yes.
That depends on what you mean by attractive. I mean, I think I never really thought about them as far as cuteness. I think Tulsi Gabbard is kind of cute.
Oh, you want Tulsi Gabbard in your bed, huh?
Yeah. I don't know about in bed, but I certainly would like to talk to her. She seems to be a closet Republican. Andrew Scott wants to come on. Good morning, Andrew. How you doing? She seems to be a closet Republican. Andrew Scott wants to come on.
Good, Michelle. How you doing? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. How you doing?
How do you do? What are you eating for breakfast, sire?
I didn't have breakfast yet. I just had 2 cups of chocolate almond milk
I was talking to
and
the
a cup
new
of
guy.
white milk.
The new guy, who's that?
The new guy that entered the call, which is you.
Yeah, I'm not so much new on here.
Well, what did you eat for breakfast?
Andrew's been on the show a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already explained new to the call, not new to the show. What'd you eat for breakfast, pal?
Coffee. That's the only thing I've had.
You ate human flesh, didn't you? That's why you didn't want to answer me.
I just answered you. I just said I had coffee.
You did answer me, but it took you a long time. You were so hesitant. I think that means you ate human flesh for breakfast. MicheleMarieDalene, thoughts?
That must mean that, though. Of course. Anyway, Michelle, how you doing today?
I'm doing right.
What are your thoughts on him eating human flesh for breakfast, MicheleMarieDalene?
Who's that person in handcuffs at the bottom? Sorry, what the fuck is that? Excuse my language, but
I'm sure he may have.
yeah, Leo, I'm a little bit tired. I must admit, it's been a bit of a strange day, and especially with the Russia invading basically most of Eastern Europe. You know, we're getting a little bit scared right now. So, but I'm sure we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I'm sure you will be. I mean, I think the situational world events right now is tiring everybody out.
It's tiring, but it was expected as well at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be fine, Leo. It's nothing. I say it's nothing, but hopefully it's not a big thing. Hopefully it's one of these things that are just going to be like a fly-by-night thing, you know?
Right, yeah, it probably will be.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, it probably will be one of those fly-by things, you know?
Yeah, hope so.
Anyway, the point is that I hope the litter.
Sorry,
I hope the litters I sent.
I want to put all your toes in my mouth.
I hope. Excuse me. I'm trying to say something. I do hope that the litter that I did send to my congressman is going to make a difference. I hope it will, address the issues.
I
It
want to
reminds
suck
the
all
Senate
the toe
and the
punk and
House
all
of
the calluses
Representatives
off those toes.
that they need to do something seriously.
Give it a rest,
Sweet
David.
Norwegian
It's not
toes.
funny anymore.
I don't blame you, man. I'm starting to develop a crush on Michelle too. I think she's starting to become like the sex symbol around here, Noodles, you know? Do you feel like a sex symbol, Michelle?
What? No, I don't.
Well, you're
I
fast
feel like a
becoming sex symbol around these
54-year-old
parts.
crone that's been dragged through the political mud and other issues and feel like that no one's listening to anything I'm trying to say.
Sorry, Michelle, on you go. And everybody else be quiet, please.
I was just trying to say is I do hope that the letter that I sent will get some reading and thinking about. The fact is that Biden has failed this country on both international and domestic issues.
Yeah, he has failed, but I mean, he's too old. He's an old man.
I know.
That's the way I look at it, you know.
He's a crotchety old man who basically doesn't understand that's not 1970s anymore.
Oh, Michelle.
Right.
Let me nibble the nails. Toes. Oh.
You're cool, Michelle.
It's both, because unfortunately, don't forget, Biden has a lot more clout than people think he does. And the problem is especially in the international scene, Congress did not authorize war. Congress is the ones that must authorized war, and they are not
in certain
authorizing
countries,
war.
Michelle. But what surprised me about Biden was I was surprised how accurate he was about this whole thing, and I never thought he could actually have that capacity to have that intelligence and stuff like that. So I was really surprised. And but then I later on thought about it later on. And I thought to myself, is he?
Oh, Michelle, when you talk to Andrew, gets me so hot.
Stan CT is coming on. Let's get him on here.
Noodles, be quiet.
Hi, Stan. How you doing?
Hello,
Yeah,
Stan.
Leo.
He's driving
Hey,
today.
Stan, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I think Biden actually surprised a few people with how accurate
Who
he
is
was.
Danilo Belto? Oh God. All right.
Yeah.
Hello.
Can I say something before I'm gonna go? Because I'm gonna have to go because there's too much noise going on here.
Michelle.
Yeah, like.
17. Just right on that unit right there, 17.
Try it, Butter. Oh, trying to stop me, Butter. I'm in a federal building. You can't do anything. Oh.
Anyway,
Don't worry,
Noodles,
Red.
you're
I'm gonna
not
head off
helping
in
with
a
having a
minute.
discussion right now. We're talking about something serious, and you're talking about something totally ridiculous.
Yeah, what I was gonna say, I wanted to thank Leo for the help that she was giving me with my voice control. So, Leo, if you can hear that, thank you very much for doing so.
Well, Noodles, I think, like I said, since we're talking about Ukraine, that's the only topic for today. Are you going to participate in that
Michelle, I
topic?
want to
It was
invade your
appreciated. Thank you.
Donbass.
It helped a lot.
Michelle.
Alright. Alright, well, I gotta let you go, Noodles.
Bomb on your Donbass.
Alright.
So yeah, Biden, he's a real fuck up, ain't he? You were just trashing him. Do it again. It's funny.
Alright, Noodles, I'm gonna let you go.
I would say he's mostly a mess up, but I wouldn't say on this occasion he has been. I think he's been pretty on the ball in this one, which surprised me big time. I thought, oh my god, he's actually worked out, you know. But bear in mind, this guy was actually quite an astute guy back in the day, back in the 80s and 70s and stuff like that. You know, if you look at some of the videos that he'd done, and not he'd done, but that he was recorded in, and he was very intelligent, very astute, very on the ball. You know.
How are you doing, Pink Prozac?
Yeah, honestly, Hobo, I don't know if you've seen the ones I've seen, but
Magic says I listen to you, Michelle. You can only control things we
very
can.
sharp.
I'll just read some of the comments
Yeah.
here.
So are you all upset with Putin right now?
Who wouldn't be?
I don't know what's going on in the side chat here. I'm trying to catch up with it all.
Putin is an evil monster.
You want to hear about the reasons for weeks? Yeah, actually, I think the problem is that the Donbass region of Ukraine originally wanted to separate from the Ukraine from the whole time. I think that the Ukrainians should just let them separate and said fine.
Yeah, but he's also lied, Michelle, because he's now attacking the northwest. He's also now attacking the southwest as well. He's attacking Lviv. He's also taking Kiev to an extent. He's still letting people bomb those areas, you know?
Well, I understand part of the problem is that Putin doesn't want to have NATO breathing down his back or down his neck hairs. Okay, I don't see a problem with that.
Oh, you can never defend somebody like that, Michelle. Never. Never. He's like Hitler in a communist nature, you know? He's talking about removing Nazism from the Ukraine, which is completely nonsense. Complete nonsense. There's no such thing as Nazism in Ukraine.
I don't know.
It's
Do they have
complete
Nazism
rubbish.
in Ukraine? Because I haven't heard anything about that.
Well, that's his excuse for going in there.
Yeah. Well, what do you think, Stan? I know you're just quietly watching and listening to the chat. Oh, I gotta send the link to Krista. Oh, and Greg Senior. So let me get this out to Krista and Greg Senior right now.
Leo, I would have said no to the vax years ago. Well, 2 years ago, I suppose. But when you have to work for a certain place, you have to unfortunately take it, you know, which I've mentioned to you before. I'm sure we had a discussion last time. Do I like it? No, I don't. I think it's wrong.
Well, I think right now, as far as some of the other things going on in the world right now, I think that the Freedom Convoy in the United States is slowly approaching the Washington D.C. Beltway. I think that there's going to be some people that are going to be very upset with that, but then at the same time, I also believe that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be in their support.
Right.
So.
But people have to make a stand somehow. You can't expect people to just sit there and take everything that's been told to them and say, okay, this is the way you must live. This is the way you must act. This is the way you must do things. It doesn't work like that, you know. It's called a democracy for a reason, you know, and they need to remember that themselves, and that's going to the government, you know.
Now, speaking of Scotland, what's the story with the Scottish National Independence Movement, or SNP? I haven't heard any more from about that.
It's not going to happen, because if they were to break away from the UK, they'd be on their own, literally, and I mean literally be on their own. They would have no defense. They would have no army. They would have nothing to help anything, and Russia could come out on the top of them. You know, they could come down from the Baltics and just come down and say, okay, we're taking over this country. You know,
Yeah.
so that's why it can't happen.
So you think Nicola Sturgeon didn't even realize that they would have to establish their own Scottish army?
There is no such thing as a Scottish army, as I was saying before, and that's why I'm a proud British person. I was born in Scotland, but I don't see myself as a Scottish person. I see myself as a British person.
Right, understandable.
More before a Scottish person, you know, because I'm proud to be a Brit, you know, because the things we've done in the world, we took over like 3/4 of the continent, but the whole world, you know.
Listen to this one. World leaders vowed to show no weakness to Russia after Putin invades. Well, wait a minute. First of all, what if
my biggest worry? Sorry, Michelle. My biggest worry is that because he's old, he's 70, so he's an old man. So I'm thinking, is he losing his marbles?
Which one, Biden or Putin?
Well, both of them, yeah, because they're both idiots, you know. And Biden is just like, he's like something with Alzheimer's. It's just like, I don't think he really calls the shots. I would like to think he doesn't, you know, because he doesn't look like a guy that could control anything, you know.
Yeah. I don't
I'm
know.
nothing against him, man. I'm sure he's a lovely man. I'm sure he's been a good father. He's been a good grandfather. But that's not the point. The point is when you are in a position of authority, you should be. I'll get there eventually. You should be stronger than that. But I'm sure he's a nice guy. But he's not a leader, if that makes sense.
You mean Putin or Biden?
Biden. Yeah.
I've heard he's
Biden
not necessarily a nice guy
and
either.
Putin to a degree.
Does anybody else
So you're
notice how
saying that
Biden
he
looks?
can't beat Putin in a fist fight?
That's not the issue.
Does anybody else notice how
precisely
Biden's
the
face
issue.
looks stretched out like the Deliverance Banjo Boy?
Yeah. You talking about Biden, the way he looks like is a big puffed up, Stay Puft Marshmallow?
Hey, he looked like a reptile, Michelle.
Yeah.
He's an old man stance, though, I would say.
Biden looks like a viper. Like a cobra.
Yeah,
you
but
put him. Why does he
can't-
smile like a lunatic? World War III is starting, and the guy's walking up to his teleprompter with a big grin on his face.
Alzheimer's could be an
What did they
idea.
just
Yeah,
pump him
I
full of
agree.
baby
That's what
blood?
Ed noticed
what's
too.
going on
And I
here?
thought was like, what's so funny about World War III? And it might literally be World War III because you've also got Iran, Iraq, North Korea, China might be greasing their palms to start stuff in their
Syria.
regions.
Yep.
Syria. And I think that,
Belarus, Russia.
well, these are the side players, and they're up to something too.
I personally don't think he's the man for the job. Okay, he maybe would have been 50 years ago when he was quite.
Skynet, I agree with you about the
lucid and
situation
stuff
about
like
forcing
that,
out
you know?
recruits for not getting the shot. I agree. That was a bad decision.
Yeah,
Michelle,
Leo's teasing here
Michelle,
too.
if New York City is nuked, are you going to allow Noodles to evacuate and stay with you?
No. You have to find his own place.
Well said, Michelle. Thank God.
I mean, he has to stay somewhere. Maybe he could pay Jimmy a couple $100.
No, I don't think so. Well, maybe, but the problem is that given the situation with New York City is already a mess anyway on the local level because of the crime wave. I don't think Connecticut is any safer right now, honestly.
I mean, Noodles is a self-reliant guy. You know, he can get out of New York City, but he's going to need a place to stay. That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure he's got friends in Philadelphia.
So where did I go, Michelle? Because we're on an island, so the closest place is France, or Norway. So
yeah,
Michelle, if there was a massive food shortage and you had to eat Ed, I mean, what part of Ed would you eat? Would you eat the tenderloin, or would you go after his brain? What would you eat?
I don't know, but that certainly wouldn't be Ed. By the way, the Canadian Prepper has said, and I agree with him on this, stockpile food now while it's still relatively cheap. I agree with him on that. He said, This is only the beginning. The fat woman is just warming up her tonsils now. She's going to start singing her canary song, and that's it. It's over. It's...
Well, gas prices are going to go up massively.
Electric bill is going to probably go up 200%, guys. Are you ready for that?
Well, that too. Yeah. It's going to get very expensive.
It's all part of the plan, my friends.
Hmm?
What's that? Yeah, it's part of the plan. I do agree with that. But I think the other thing is, too, is that I think people are going to end up telling the electric company to go stick it. And I think that they will basically walk away from the utility company and say, we'll find other ways to keep our lives going. We'll use solar. We'll use nuclear. We'll use water. We'll use, go back to wood. Go back to heating with coal. But then, of course, you might say, where are you going to get the coal from?
I don't think it'll get that far, Michelle. I don't think it'll go to that extent. I think it'll go to a little bit of... it won't get to that stage because people realise, well, we can't go back to that stage again. It might go to a stage where we have to start relying on something
we can
like,
go back, but it would be very painful for a lot of people. We might have no choice, Andrew.
Yeah,
we may have to go back.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. Totally.
I mean, when you think about it, any industrial country is only 9 meals away from complete anarchy.
Right, I know
That's
that.
3 days. You take food away from people for 3 days and forget it. Everything's going to go to shit.
It already is. Because now we're so interconnected to the utility grid, for example, that nobody has any awareness what to do when the lights go out. And they will go out.
That's maybe a good thing, because the fact that you've got the interconnectivity, because you can always say, okay, what do we do? What's the best way of doing something, you know?
Michelle, have you ever eaten squirrel?
No, I haven't.
Well, you might want to think about it, you know.
We don't have any squirrels in our area.
If you come across any roadkill along your travels, you know, at the McDonald's, maybe you want to pick it up and, you know, kind of stash it away somewhere by your house, you know.
Red, who's that picture of?
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't...
If it happens, to me, if it happens, it happens. You just got to not worry about it too much, you know.
Well, I do agree that one of the biggest problems with our infrastructure now is just too interdependent on too many other things. For example, I don't think Connecticut has enough farmers to raise food for all the local needs of the local people. A lot of our groceries are...
They're too expensive as they are just now, Michelle. But the thing is, if this thing kicks off, our groceries are going to be even more expensive. You know, they're going to be even crazier. Right now, they say that
at minimum in June, the inflation will be 10% higher than last year.
Oh, okay.
And last year was 7.6%.
Right, okay.
And
yeah, okay.
And the sad truth is those on fixed incomes are the ones that get them really squeezed right now. And of course, the problem is our government can't do everything for everybody. In fact, they went to Canadian Prepper and they asked him to source them a huge number of MREs because they didn't have enough MREs to feed their people. And
so, Michelle, are you saying that should we be stacking up on tin food and everything else like that just now?
We need to prepare for food shortages. Because
yeah, but we said that like back in COVID, and then nothing really was a big deal about that. But okay, this is a bit more serious. I understand that, but
well, here is one good thing that people didn't think about the obesity epidemic, and I'm going to tell you right now what that is. We have
Michelle, I think Rusty would probably last you a week at least if you ate Rusty.
No, I wouldn't eat Rusty. Like I just said, if you think about all those people who
Rusty's got a big cat. He'll actually provide a couple of meals.
You slice them up into some teriyaki and then let it dry out in the sun.
No.
Stan,
listen to me. The average overweight person has got about 10 meals on their guts alone. If you really think about it, you're morbidly obese.
Thank you, Leo. Definitely not you.
You have enough food in your storage to last you weeks. But it doesn't mean you still got to eat something to prevent your body from eating itself beyond just using the fat resources. Because once you use up the fat resources to a process called ketosis, then it's going to start eating its protein, it's going to start eating its muscles, it will eventually start eating its own brain to maintain the body's functions.
Oh my, it eats its own brain? Is it become smarter from eating its own brain?
Yeah.
Michelle, do you remember the Irish hunger strikers back in the late 70s, early 80s?
No, but I remember
they were imprisoned by England and they were striking, and I think there was about 12 or 14 of them that died. And if I remember correctly, I think most of them died around 45 days after starting their hunger strike.
Right.
I think one or two guys lived to be 60 days or more, but that was like the outlier. Usually within a month and a half of lack of food.
I think what we're going to see is similar to what happened with the Irish potato famine. That's what I think is going to happen in the near future. It's going to be the same.
Yeah, but can't you go carrots instead or something? Or potatoes, not carrots. Well, not potatoes, but can you not go carrots instead?
So, I mean, the point is what happens in the Irish potato famine is going to happen again, but it's not strictly going to be potatoes.
Leo, I'm with you on that one.
Because you're already seeing
I've got
shortages
in the kitchen.
You're already seeing shortages of groceries in the stores already. So what you're going to see, as you said, 9 days to anarchy in the United States and other industrialized countries. Think about that. You can't get food to your stores because your truckers can't afford to get diesel for their trucks. The farmers can't get the stuff to the stores because they need the diesel truck drivers to get the stuff to the store. It's not going to happen. It's just going to hurt everybody. Hyperinflation runs rampant. Now, the Federal Reserve does say that they want to spike interest rates to shut down the the inflationary trend, but might end up start doing what they call stagflation instead, which would be just as bad. I don't think anybody.
Michelle, I don't think it's as bad as it used to be. I mean, there's so many ways of making food nowadays, even though it could be genetically modified. So there's always ways of getting around, especially nowadays, of getting around things like that, you know?
Well, there might be. The thing is, though, Andrew, is we're still dependent on petroleum products to get products,
of course,
to the stores. Yep. If the truckers can't drive, the lorries can't move, guess what? The food's not going to get to Tesco. And then you're going to end up wondering where you're going to get your food. Now, unless you know some local farmers who will be desperate to sell this stuff, then maybe you might be lucky. You might be able to get some local farmers to give you the things that you need, like raw potatoes, vegetables.
There comes a time, Michelle, when you have to say, okay, if you're going to keep this up so long, we're going to have to say something like, okay, we're going to have to do our own thing. And there's plenty more ways of making food than what they would like to try and...
Yeah, well, like I said, a lot of us will have no choice in the end. Because I don't know if all the Connecticut farmers are going to be able to supply all the food needs for Connecticut, or even if all the New England farmers got together, would they be able to feed the region? I don't know. A lot of our food comes from other states, shipped by trucks and train. I don't know if the price of fuel goes up 200% in the end. That's going to mean that truckers are not going to be able to affordably ship the products to market. We're already seeing that now.
Yep. Michelle, I won't be...
Noodles,
I can't read that.
The problem is that you don't understand that the morning show is not the night show. Okay, it's a different type of content, and that's the reason why I kept telling you, not now, not now, not now, not now, because it's not the show for this, and that's the reason why you were booted off, is because you were totally disrupting everybody when we're trying to talk about something that's really important to understand for the American people and the people of the world. You are actually distracting everybody.
Well, it depends what you want to do, Michelle, for your night show. I
And
mean,
I didn't take away the night show. I just said last night we weren't having a night show.
right.
Michelle, are you doing a night show tomorrow night, Friday, to make up for the lost show on Wednesday?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean,
Might be a good idea. I would suggest, again, if you could get a hold of Dimitri and talk and have him on your show, either tomorrow morning or tomorrow night.
well, morning show probably be more realistically within this time frame. How many hours ahead
Right.
is Ukraine for us?
7 hours. He's 7 hours ahead.
7 hours ahead? Okay, so
Yes.
obviously, I strongly doubt 7 o'clock at night would be good for him. That would be 2, 3 in the morning for him. I don't think that's going to work. But the morning show
It
would be...
depends, Michelle. It's like it's not always a done deal. Like in terms of like this person's always going to be doing this time or this thing there and then at that time. You know, some people might just couldn't sleep or they might be working, which I've obviously you've seen in the past, which when I've been in the night shows and things like that. But some people just, I mean, there's a lot of people in the world, Michelle. You know,
Noodle said to me, he says, without YouTube, I probably would be dead by now. Why would that be, Noodles? You have a life outside of YouTube, I'm sure. I mean, a lot of people do, even if it's not exactly exciting, but...
fair enough, yeah.
Where is People Peace? Good question. Speaking of that, where is Bulgaria in this issue? Now, I mentioned Bulgaria because Bulgaria...
Yeah, I do, Skynet. Definitely. I definitely prefer them. Yeah.
I don't make any money because no one wants to donate to me, but I'll do make money from the odd jobs I do.
Little was just saying, I don't make any money because no one wants to donate to me because I do make money from the odd jobs. I do. And by odd jobs, he means by sucking old men's toes. So sucking men's toes, it doesn't matter what men's toes, old, young, it's still disgusting. But I'm sure he doesn't mean it in that way.
Well, right now, I got a feeling if I was to ask People Peace what he thought about what's going on in Bulgaria, I don't know where Bulgaria fits into what's going on in the former Soviet controlled bloc, but I got a feeling that Bulgaria is probably divided very much between what's going on because they're not that far away from the areas of unrest right now.
Yeah, Michelle, who is Pop's enemy? Leo, who is Pop's enemy? I don't even know who that is. Who is
Pops hasn't even been here.
POPS.
I know, I won't believe it. I'm so lucky. What are you talking about?
Red.
Crows right out of the sky with my slingshot.
You used to be in the first place. Yeah, but Leo, who is he? Who is he? I've heard people talking about Pop so before, and I keep thinking this old man, this old
no
granddad.
one's seen People Peace around.
Right. Okay. Pete, I don't know who he is. Noodle was saying if he didn't have YouTube Johnny, with what and the idiots would have found me, would have shot to crippling, life was abruptly ending from crippling depression. Okay, fair enough.
Well, YouTube can help with that, but also, unfortunately, YouTube can also cause depression too.
Oh God, Leo, right, Leo. I do know exactly what you're talking about now. Thank you, Leo.
Well,
Butter saves nobody from
My landlord
any.
is from Macedonia, and I got a feeling that this whole situation has been taking its toll on him too, along with his own personal issues. I think my landlord's getting ready to cash in his chips personally.
Okay. So what are you gonna do about that?
I'm just trying to say is that I might need to consider I might have to move on soon. Like we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, but you've been talking about that for a long time, and I think the best thing for you to do would be to get out there, Michelle. We've all said that too, you know. Just get to somewhere nice, somewhere that can provide for you, and somewhere that you're safe and stuff like that.
Well, I don't really know if there's any place safe on the East Coast right now.
Okay.
Because of local issues, and also with the fact that the East and West Coast are considered, or were considered, major military production facilities for the U.S. government, such as Grattan's electric boat, for example.
Right.
I think that puts me and other people in New England in danger.
In danger of what? In danger of what?
Because the fact of the matter is if you're having a war, you would definitely want to go ahead and use a tactical nuke on where your military bases are going to be, especially if that's
not going to happen, Michelle, because the one time that goes off, it's going to be a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, and seventh, and eighth, and that's going to be the end of everything. So there's no such thing as a one. You know?
Yeah. I agree. There's going to start a cascade effect. I agree with that. But the truth is that the situation right now is very, very dicey. Right now, the American people are already living a destabilized life as it is before this. Never mind now.
Leo, I'm trying my best. Leo made me feel so bad the other day when she said, "Oh, I want Andrew to make myself go to sleep." That's like, what the fuck? Also, I'm so thankful. But I do feel so good about that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Yes.
$5,000. What do you mean by that? $5,500. Anyway, the point is that it's one of the reasons why everything that's been going on has been
chains and leather whips and stuff like that. So just don't go too far, Leo. Just honestly, don't go too far.
I think, though, one thing is obviously very clear is that if our utility bills, as I say, go up to 200%, if things get into hyperinflationary trends,
sorry, Michelle.
I think that's going to seriously hurt this country big time. And it's not going to be just this country.
It's going to hurt anyone's Western country.
It's going to hurt everyone's country.
Not just anyone's country.
Michelle, are you reading any of the chat? I can't see what anybody's saying. Are you reading and responding to the chat?
Yes, I am. Some of the stuff is not necessarily being read to me, but
are they gold, darling?
There's reasons to say Pop's come back alive and on panel. Move in with him, says Red Foreman. What does that mean? Andrew can provide.
Oh, don't, Michelle.
He's hinting the men can chop wood. Yeah. She wants you at his place, Michelle. Whoa. Andrew?
Yes.
Yeah, but you were even closer to the front line than me.
Yeah, well, so tell me. I'm always told something
Red Woman says,
that's
slap his
never
sleeves in.
happened.
I was paid to take Pops off the map. Red Woman says, enough. Seasons can be my trunk buddy, says Leo. Sleason says, Red, you can't, but you can't do that. Noodle says, all right, Michelle, gotta go. I'm calling 9. What did he say? What did happen to Anderson Henderson? He didn't do anything as far as I know.
I think Anderson Henderson was just
well, anyway,
looking
speaking
on
of
disbelief.
Leo, Anderson Henderson's not on now, so why don't you come on the panel and join us on the panel right now?
See, Michelle, I don't think Anderson Henderson is the sort of person that's
Hiding, Paul.
this sort of thing.
Leo says I need teeth.
I just think he just thinks.
I think he was with a younger girl or
weird.
something at one point.
It depends who you're talking about. If it
I was
me,
talking about
yes.
Henderson.
Oh, right,
I
okay.
thought that was
okay,
the
that's
rumor
fine.
of him. He was with some girl that was underage.
Right. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I've done that. I mean,
that's kind of creepy.
She was younger than I. Yeah, but it depends what you call creepy. Depends what you determine as
16 and under for an adult male. I think is creepy. 17 maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
The birds don't have teeth. No,
that.
they have beaks. A vulture does not have teeth; it has a beak. Although some birds actually do have very small, rudimentary type teeth.
No, Red, I didn't actually. The person you're talking about, the girl I was with, she was only 2 years younger than me. So that's complete nonsense.
Some lady's bird's tongue fell out, and I didn't click the video because it's too gross. Noodle says, what's the problem with Henderson? I don't know.
She's really girl. She's like 36. I'm 38. So.
I just did the usual troll. Nightbot says, please join our Patreon page. Noodle says, it's funny, Henderson is about to get a SWAT squad on his door.
Red, don't start the caps with me, because trust me, I can give things on you, which Michelle has given me, so...
As Red says, is Andrew calling me out for questions I never asked?
Not at all.
Red says to Andrew, STFU. Andrew. That's what
yeah, Michelle. We see it.
Well, all I know is this, guys. If the electric bills do go up 200%,
well, they actually did, Red. Trust me, they did.
I have to admit that wouldn't be scary to see if the electric bills go up 200, 400%. I got a feeling it's not off the menu. You guys better be ready for the day when the world goes dark, because then we're going to afford the electric bill anymore. Hello, Leo. How you doing?
That's not the point.
Morning.
That's not what it's about. That's not what it's
Make love, not war, I say.
Morning, Dan, Andrew.
Hey, Helio.
Morning, Leo.
Thank God. The voice of reason.
The voice of reason. This voice of reason's got to get some coffee. I'm muting for a second.
Ed walked by, yeah.
Yeah, no, Gianni, that's not the case at all. That's not what happened.
Gianni said, Andrew, I'm surprised your lack of Scottish pride and willingness to attach yourself to the...
That didn't happen, Michelle.
The teeth of your oppressors. Attach yourself to the teeth of your oppressors. I don't know what that means.
Who cares? It didn't happen anyway.
Yeah, but one thing is, though, one thing that was tested with a professional bicyclist, your bicycle isn't going to be able to drink toast.
I can't remember the last time I rode a bike.
At least not directly. Anyway,
2 years ago or something like that. Yeah. I wouldn't worry about it if that was you.
Yeah, because I mean, there's
Don't
lots of ways to
panic
make
about it.
toast. First, you had to make the bread dough, right? You got to make the
Not
bread
in
to
my
make
case.
toast. So where are you gonna get the wheat or the other
Well,
grains?
get cycling. Get cycling. That's all I'm gonna say to you. I'm not into that. You know, that's a lie. That's a complete lie. I know there's people saying, "Oh, because he likes Sarah and stuff like that." Yes, I like Sarah, but Sarah's married. Sarah's a married woman, nearly. But I'm not into.
You like
I'm not.
what, Andrew?
No, they were talking about me.
There you are. Have a good one. Did you say you like syrup?
No. I was talking about Sarah.
Oh, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah.
And it's complete untrue. It's completely untrue. I'm not attracted to Sarah in that way. 100% I'm not.
Who's Sarah?
Well, I learn a bunny. And everyone keeps thinking.
Oh. She's married, right?
Yes, she is. She is married. And happily as well.
I like Eyeliner Bunny.
She's lovely. I mean, honestly,
Well,
you know, I'm not
yeah,
gonna
he is a
say
little
I
bit.
didn't
He
like
definitely is
her.
under the influence, but then again, given what's going on, I can kind of see the reason behind that. I'm talking about Andrew. Seemed like he's sloshing around a little bit.
Andrew, have you been drinking or any drugs of any type? You're just tired?
I wish. No. I'm just fucking tired.
Andrew, you're known as the drunk of Michelle's.
Oh God. Well, he's got some sort of title.
Hey, you guys believe I won the lottery? I can't believe it.
Wow.
Oh, I
that's
can
great.
believe you could win
It depends how
$100.
much
That's
you
not
won.
impossible.
Remember your friends, Leo.
Yeah. Well, it was only $100, but you know what? My daughter picked the numbers, so we're gonna do some more. We're gonna have her fill out a couple more sheets.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's not that easy. It's always going to be.
Well, you know what you can
random.
do is why don't
know
you
that,
just
you know that, Leo.
why don't you have the machine? Why don't you just have the machine just do
That's
it?
not true. That's not true.
Couple hundred quick
I've
picks.
heard.
The quick picks?
Come on, Michelle.
I don't know. It's more fun. Yeah, it's more fun if you pick your own numbers. I've been playing the same numbers every time I play lottery for the last 5 years, and I haven't won. And my daughter does it once, and she wins $100. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get
How you doing,
engaged
Brian
with
King?
you, Leo, but come on, Seasons. That's not true. That's not true.
What's not true?
About the me and Sarah thing. Yes, we have liked each other in the past. Of course we have.
Well,
okay, so bring this back to a little bit of
any
seriousness.
emergency EBT pandemic food stamps programs that they gave out. They just gave me another $100. They got like another $100 this month.
They gave me $800, Michelle.
Oh, you got a family of two. All right, Paul wants to come on now. Let's see.
Red, it became
Good morning, Paul. How you
because
doing?
people have nothing else to do with their time than make up stupid rumors. That's all.
Good morning.
That's all it is.
How you doing?
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Preparing for the apocalypse, Michelle. I'm getting ready. Getting ready for war, Michelle.
I think you're saying your name's not Michelle.
Getting ready, Michelle.
Oh, I'm not ready to see my electric bill to go up to 200%. Thank you very much. No, I'm not looking forward to that.
What's supposed to?
Is it supposed? I'm sorry.
Paul,
go ahead.
Paul,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I think Red has got.
Did you know on the United States, on average, the price of natural gas has gone up 25% since last year, on average.
I do think Red has got a little bit of an obsession about me. It's a bit weird.
Why would he have an obsession with you?
Well, I'll tell you this, Andrew. Fred is everywhere and nowhere, so he sees a lot.
Oh, that helps a lot, Leo. Thank you.
Everywhere and nowhere at once. Like the more there is of him, the less you see, like darkness.
Yeah.
Is
like
he
a phantom.
weird though?
Bronte, I don't even know what you're talking about. You keep talking to me about it, but I don't know what they're talking about.
This is the best. I win the lottery. I become a platinum member, and it's the end of the world. And it's the best Michelle morning show in a while.
Well, Leo, don't remember to forget the person that's always been here. For example, you could even 500,000 would do. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. You know what? If I won a lot of money, I would be helping a lot of friends. I would help Michelle. I definitely would help Michelle.
I know.
Well, thank you.
Andrew, do you have a kilt?
No, I don't.
and some bagpipe?
No,
Scottish people don't wear kilts.
I'm not really
He's not Irish.
No.
He's Scottish.
I just said Scottish people don't wear kilts. That's why they call them kilt, because the people who wear them get killed.
But I'm not really Scottish in general. I mean, most of my family were like from Spain and stuff like that, so it's not.
You're not even a true Scot, man.
I think Andrew.
Well, I was born here, but that's about all.
I think Andrew's secretly a Muslim. That's why he hates them so much.
Paul, that is completely.
And a woman. Are you formerly a woman as well?
If you want to be Paul, I could be anyone.
Andrea Scott.
Paula, how you doing?
Yep, that'd be the feminine name for me. Yeah, Paula, very good.
Absolutely would be.
Oh, I know.
I'd be a horrific woman, Andrew. Sorry.
Yeah, he would not make a very good woman.
Listen, he'd be the biggest bitch on earth.
Oh, shots fired.
I'd be a big what? I didn't even hear it. I'm listening.
That was being nice. I was being nice.
I didn't even hear it. That's fine.
Thank God. Don't say it, Leo. Don't say it.
I'm not gonna say it. That was me.
Don't say it. I might kill myself, please, guys. It's the end of the world as we know it.
I think he might have heard it, but you've
sing it, Michelle.
What?
I think you hurt his feelings.
It's the end of the world.
Now, by the way, tomorrow we got more snow coming, Connecticut. We're gonna get anywhere from 15 to 30 centimeters tomorrow. Be ready.
15 to 30 centimeters.
3 to
2 inches?
6 inches.
Like 3 to 6 inches. All right.
Do you mean like 40 inches or snow or something?
No, not quite that much, but 15 to 30 centimeters, not inches.
Oh, I hate it when you say centimeters.
I don't think Michigan's supposed to get snow tomorrow.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, motherfucker.
Get it tonight.
Leo!
I hate snow.
Yeah, but we're just coming out of the winter, so it's like...
You know, we have spring birds already here. Orioles, I think those are spring birds, and the robins are back. And now we're getting hit with more snow.
Yeah, but that's what happens, Leo. It's like, I was...
Oh, no, we're not supposed to get snow.
And I saw a bumblebee, and I thought, okay, this is February. It's like, what the hell's going on? You know? And then I'm looking at the weather forecast. It's like minus 10, minus 12, and stuff like that. I was like, okay, you guys are gonna be dead.
Well, right now I know that the doomsday clock is 1 minute to midnight.
Oh, Michelle, don't be so depressing.
Well, you know what it is. If the world's gonna end, there's nothing you can do about it.
Absolutely.
Make sure you are with the people you love, or doing what you want.
Yeah.
Within reason, because if the world doesn't end, I mean, don't spend all your money.
Because one of the things right now is you could, but then it would actually be bad for you. You could sit there and go, oh, well, yeah, I got to worry about every possible thing that's going to happen, and you get so scared you don't do nothing at all. you get to the point
Still, that's
where
not your problem. That's the government's problem.
like,
That's
what's the
people,
point? But I can.
President Biden,
Let me just tell you right now
Putin, that's all
is
their
that
problem. It's
is
not ours.
it's a very fatalistic view.
Andrew, you have to speak in a higher tone voice, or she won't hear you.
I'm trying.
Hey, it's higher.
Michelle, squeeze your balls.
I was just gonna say that.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Now talk like that. Now talk like that.
Michelle? Michelle?
What?
Hi.
Dick, Michelle.
I would talk dirty to you like noodles, but I don't want you to call the police on me, Michelle.
Andrew, tell Michelle what you're going to do with her blue dress.
What are you going to do with that, Andrew?
I didn't know Michelle wore dresses.
What?
I remember seeing you say something like you were going to ejaculate on her blue dress. Before.
I think you're
right. Didn't you say you were going to turn her blue dress into like a goo dress or something like that?
Oh, Andrew, you said that?
Leo, you know I didn't say that.
Andrew said that in front of Ed, and Ed got upset, I remember.
Oh, yes, I remember.
I remember that.
You don't remember anything, Michelle? I was calling you Michelle because I'll think of you as Michelle because you're all so connected.
Excuse me? Oh, the soundboard shit again.
Exactly.
Andrew, are you trolling us? Andrew, have you been to bed?
Yes.
How? Why are you so tired?
I'm not tired. I'm just exhausted mentally.
Oh, okay.
Take some.
I got a related question.
You sound like I sounded last night when I was on my flex roll.
Yeah, and I was sympathetic to that words.
I must have been high on drugs. I've always wondered one thing.
Michelle, I can't see you taking drugs of any sort unless they're like ibuprofen or something.
If you were to visualize, this is a mind question. I want to see how you guys would answer it. Okay, here we go. If you were to visualize the situation that goes on here with the situation with World of Warcraft, my first question is, who is the Alliance and who is the Horde? Honestly,
I don't know, Michelle. I don't know anything about World of Warcraft.
The real world, Michelle. This is the real world. We're not in World of Warcraft.
I do have a question though. Maybe Stan, or I don't know, maybe Paul can answer it as well. Because of what Russia, they're bombing Ukraine. What does that mean for us in a nutshell?
Well,
increased prices of heating oil,
Leo,
natural gas,
can I answer that
groceries.
question?
Well, anybody can answer it. I'm just wondering though, why? Why is that going to increase our stuff?
It's not because of the U.S. It's because of the Europeans intensifying nature to go towards Europe, towards Russia. They want to get closer and closer to them. So Russia think that, oh my God, they're trying to take us over. That's never gonna happen. But Russia are just as bad as us. Let's face it.
I think that it's twofold. There's two issues here. The number one is the NATO being placed around Russia. Russia doesn't want that, and the other thing is Europe is involved with Russia due to Russia providing its energy, and so the United States is trying to cut both those things off. It's a power play between the United States and Russia. And
and if Russia really wants to be a flaming asshole, all you have to do is shut down the gas supply to Europe, and Europe will basically be
disagree with Stan there. Sorry, Stan, I have to disagree with you there. The U.S. gave up on us, and I don't blame them. A long time ago.
Gave up on who?
On Europe. On Europe in general.
What do you mean that they gave up on?
Because they have to look after their own nation, which is quite right. And I think Biden. A lot of people say Biden's a bit of a spastic and stuff like that. You know,
Hello? I'm sorry, I had a missed call from this number.
I don't think.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think
Well, I
Biden's
just
doing
said
the
missed call and
wrong
I
thing.
called it back. So you too. Fucking retarded bitch.
Yeah. Listen, I don't think the
I don't
US
think
is in-
so. No.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
What?
I don't.
Well, the
I
point
don't think-
I'm concerned about, which is the fact to say
Oh,
Europe
yeah,
depends
kinda
on
muted.
Europe depends on Russian oil and gas. Okay.
Yes, of course.
All
they
Russia
do.
has to do
But-
is shut the valves, and Europe will freeze. Okay.
And that's
no,
why Germany
no gas.
have turned off Nord 2.
No heating
You
oil.
Nord 2 is?
Okay, wait. I'm confused. So, is Ukraine part of Europe?
Yes.
Yes, it's in Eastern Europe.
Okay, but it's only between Russia and Europe right now. I mean, Russia and Ukraine right now, right? But
There's a
that-
major
is that
pipeline
somehow-
that goes through Ukraine to Europe.
But the difference
Oh,
is,
okay.
Yeah, but the difference also is Ukraine is not a member of the EU, nor is it a member of NATO. So there is no real reason for us, when I say us, I mean the UK and the US, to get involved with that. And I don't understand why we're doing
Right.
it.
All it has to do
but
with
they're
energy.
trying to be part of NATO, right? That's what they're fighting for.
They
want-
are, but only because to rub Russia's nose in it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I
Same
get
like
it.
Finland. You know, Finland are on the northeast coast, and they are a part of EU, but they're not a part of NATO. It's
And the
very
problem
complicated.
is that indeed,
Honestly, Leo, it's just
Finland's next to Russia. Is what
the
Andrew's
elephant in
saying,
the room
and
is
they're
very
not part of
obvious,
NATO,
is
so
that if
NATO
Ukraine
can't
goes
put
back to
missiles in
Russia
Finland.
because Ukraine is the major pipeline that supplies Europe with gas and oil. If Russia gets bad and shuts the pipeline down, guess what?
And
Europe
the
is going to be totally screwed.
Okay, so in a nutshell, is the United States trying to pull a power play? Is that why we're intervening with Ukraine? Because I don't know how to say it. Because
it is to a degree,
okay,
yes.
okay,
Yes,
I think Stan knows where I'm going with that. Okay, I understand now.
Yes, it's all power play. It's all power politics, geopolitical, world
And the
domination.
sad truth
you know?
is right now, the
The
fact is the
American
United
empire
States,
is slipping into obscurity, and there's a new block of Russia and China in cooperation that they're taking over the dominant force in the world. That's basically
we got a very scary
Ted, I'm buying more
today.
alcohol.
We got
It's like a big game of Risk.
We got a memorandum type of thing saying if you try to interfere with what we're doing in Europe, nuclear weapons will be deployed and used. And when you hear that, that's pretty scary, you know?
That is scary.
Does anybody
But
know
UK
where?
and France have got them, you know, so we could fight
Andrew,
back.
hold on a second. Michelle had a question.
Well,
What'd you
does
say,
anybody
Michelle?
know what thermal
Never mind.
barracks
It's not even
is?
about this.
Thermal barracks? What is thermal barracks?
Couldn't tell you, Michelle.
I can't even see the
I got
chat. Is that
thermal
something in the
underwear.
chat?
Is that hot fat? I mean, meaning obese people. So are you
Well,
saying hot people?
There's
Hot fat
never
people?
been a war on US soil. There's never been a war on US soil. Never
What are you
once.
talking about?
Apart
What are
from
you fucking talking about, Andrew?
apart from Pearl Harbor. Apart from
Have
Pearl
you never
Harbor,
heard of the Civil War? Have you never heard of the Revolutionary War?
I'm talking about
Only one thing though, Paul, was Pearl Harbor was a territory at the time. It was still the Kingdom of
I didn't
Hawaii.
say
We got
I
another
didn't
cannabis
say that.
place going up. Sorry.
But there
every
have been
single
wars
war.
in U.S. soil. We have the Spanish-American War.
Yeah, I
we have
think
the
what Andrew's trying
Mexican-American
to
War.
say
We
is
have
that
the...
this generation of Americans have never experienced the war.
They don't have a clue. They don't have
Right,
a clue.
this generation didn't.
And I agree with him on that. You know, we don't know what it's like to have bombs going off at night. To
Yeah.
to be forced into gulags and shit like that. You know, we don't have that experience.
Absolutely,
that's true.
Absolutely.
No, we don't. We don't have
And it's going to
experience with
happen
that.
again. It's going to happen again, and it doesn't matter if Russia do decide to launch a few tactical nuclear weapons onto Germany.
Well, McHenry Cruz,
or
if you
France.
seriously want to ride your bike across the country, why don't you come right up to Connecticut?
And move in with Michelle.
There you go.
There you go.
Well,
Michelle's starting a safe house.
It's true.
If
Right now,
anyone
when
Then you
needs
guys can wear,
refuse,
you
any
can wear your elk
Turn
ears
that into
together.
a gift. Cruz
No.
turn that into a gift,
Dad!
like Paul Prince.
Now you wonder why I want to leave this continent. You know, so it's like, what the fuck?
Just put a mask on him and handcuff his ass.
Oh god. COVID? What is that? There's no COVID anymore because now we've got this.
I'm just kidding, Ed, if you're listening.
I know. I hear what you're saying.
No, he's not.
But it's like,
it's all in good fun.
yeah, hopefully.
Wow.
Oh, I got a small head. I don't have a very big head at all.
What? Huh?
I have been in jail all my
That's why
life.
every time I
I'm
wear
gonna find you
headphones,
and
I
I'm gonna
have to
kick
put the
your
headphones on the
motherfucking ass.
smallest
Oh,
head
there's that.
size. Because I can't, otherwise they fall off my head.
I'm just tighten them up, Michelle. Isn't
Yeah,
there
Dad
anything you
was
can adjust them?
saying France. France have got like 300 nuclear warheads. Never forget that. You know.
Do you guys think it's going to get that bad, though? Do you think? Because, I mean, if one nuke goes off and then another nuke, I mean, they're basically just going to kill themselves if a nuke goes off, right?
Well, they have to defend
What's
themselves somehow. You can't
Once they
take
start,
it
it's
from
not
one.
going to stop. That's the
No,
problem.
Right.
Never gonna stop.
Exactly.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it would have
I
to
think it may
have
not
to
happen
be.
right away. It may not happen right away, but I think within 5
All
or
right,
6
let me
years,
ask you a
it'll
related
probably happen.
question.
Oh, wow.
Let me ask you related questions. We know when
Red,
Ukraine
I'm not
is.
saying sorry.
Tell me.
We
I'm
know
just
that
telling you how
excuse
it
me, my
is.
turn. My turn. Ukraine, we know, is an energy choke point for Europe. What are you going to do if Russia shuts off the gas and oil? I have not heard anyone talk about that yet.
Well, prices
Well,
are
with the
going to go
United,
sky high.
okay, but Russia's part of the United Nations, NATO, and everything else, right?
Yeah. They're part of the United Nations. That's it, though.
Can they pull a move like that, being part of those?
Of course they can.
Easily. Yeah.
Well,
They
right now
can.
the United
Oh, it's
States
fair in
is
love and war.
blocking
Guess
Russia
what? That's
from
exactly what
selling
they can do.
It's the United States right now is blocking Russia from selling its gas. I heard on Bloomberg Radio this morning that countries trying to get letters of credit from banks to buy resources from Russia are being blocked. So the United States is blocking Russian sale of energy assets.
Oh God, this
You know,
ain't
so it's
good.
not Russia turning the fucking thing off. It's the United States shutting it down.
So Russia
Yeah,
don't
but
like that.
like Stan,
Yeah.
there's also things
So
with
basically, that means the United States is going to try to sell Europe its gas.
Exactly. They're gonna shove our ships into fucking Bremen, Germany, and that's what's gonna happen.
So we would
This is
just
our
send our
new-
liquid natural
everybody-
gas tankers to Europe and fill them up.
Everybody
That's not
learn our new national anthem.
Yeah, but Stan,
New national anthem, boys.
I'm part Russian. Am I safe?
No, definitely.
Damn it!
Sing, Leo, sing.
Yeah, but
I
Stan,
don't know it. I better learn it. Paul, send me that
Yeah.
link.
Right, get in there. You're gonna all have to learn it. We're all
Like
gonna have
Stan,
to.
Not
there's
only
also
that,
the
but
North Sea gas field.
sanctions are pointless
There's
anyway
also-
because it's always been kind of independent anyway. It's always been kind of self-reliant. It's
I
completely
better
different
trace
than the
my
U.S.
ancestry. I'm Russian royalty.
Michelle, do you know who they're going to be right?
Because
I'll be right
Russia
back.
has always
gonna
been
be in
able to
China.
do things on their own since the days of the
Russia-
Iron Curtain. I mean, they've got the
Russia is
resources, they
7
got the people
guys,
to make their own products.
Russia is 7 time zones from end to end. Think about that.
That's big. It's a
7
big country.
fucking time zones
That's a
from
big
end
ass
to end. That's
country.
how big that country is.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
it's a
yeah,
big
but
country.
They are
China-
loaded with
China
natural
have got
resources.
their own.
Oh yeah.
They've got their own.
We're
agenda.
stripping all ours away.
Yet the sad truth is our own government shuts down the number 5 pipeline, and they shut down the...
North is
gone. The point is we are not even exporting gas or oil to other countries right now. In fact, we're demanding, Biden wants us to buy oil from OPEC countries, right? But guess what? This is the kind of shit our government does.
Michelle, where are you walking today after the show? Are you going to go get some beer for Ed? Or are you going to go...
No, I'm going to play some World of Warcraft, and I'm going to just chill out.
They call the soup kitchen, see what they're serving up today, Michelle?
Yeah, maybe they got some meatloaf.
I don't want meatloaf. I would have got it yesterday for the other ones, but I didn't.
Michelle absolutely loves their taco salad, don't you, Michelle?
I don't mind the soup kitchen's taco salad, but I really wish they would leave out the olives and the tomatoes.
Michelle, do you like tacos or burritos? What's your favorite?
Tacos or burritos, Michelle? What do you prefer?
I like mild burritos. I don't like spicy ones.
Yeah,
really? They're kind of convenient, like Hot Pockets in a way, you know.
Does Ed like those, Michelle?
Yeah, it likes burritos. Yeah.
Well, tell him to fuck off. He didn't like it. Tough shit.
You need to come here more often, where it says to other people, yeah, well, it's trying to grow his channel back to where it was, where it's making, more
and teach you is disgusting
content that's going to be more appropriate to more intellectual discussions. That's the whole point of this channel, anyway.
Guys, my camera is pointed towards downtown Stamford.
Oh, is that where we're going? Stanford?
Yeah, I'm in Stamford today. After lunch, I got a couple meetings there. But
I remember once.
You going to Jerry Springer?
No. But if you, I don't know if you guys can see, there's a little white sign in front. To the right of the sign, there's like a dark building in the background. That is the Trump Tower in Stamford.
Oh, really?
Stan, when I was 12, I went to...
Wait, there's a Trump Tower in Stamford?
Connecticut.
Trump Tower? Now, is there a Hartford, Connecticut, or is that the only Stanford, or is there a Hartford as well?
Hartford is the capital.
That's the capital, okay.
And that's in central Connecticut.
Okay.
Stanford's in southwestern Connecticut.
It was called Stanford, I remember.
Yeah, Stanford is across from Long Island.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm about 10 miles away from New York City.
It's like a pretty nice day out there in Stamford, Connecticut. Pretty fair day. What's the weather over there, Michelle, in Fahrenheit? What's the weather today? You guys above freezing?
No.
No? It's cold, yeah.
We're about 35 degrees here, Paul, in Stamford.
Yeah, we're a bit lower.
God, that's actually pretty warm.
Right now it is -4 degrees Celsius. Yeah. So 32 minus 8.
The other day.
Well, it's
about 24 degrees.
Right where I am just now.
18 Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Fahrenheit.
Oh, 18. Okay, yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, it's very cold.
It's 27 here.
That's 22 here.
It's sunny though.
Yep, it is very
sunny. I hit a huge pothole yesterday.
Yeah.
It's 3 degrees in Modesto, California right now.
See, you guys took the old see, we used to use
hard freeze warning for northern San Joaquin Valley.
Oh, be quiet for 2 seconds.
Speak higher pitch, Andrew, higher pitch.
Trying, Andrew. There you go.
Yeah, Michelle,
no, Michelle. What it was, like, we used to use the Fahrenheit system back in the 50s and 60s. That was the old system we gave you back in the.
We went from breaking world records yesterday for today, for that day, and now to now we're going to be going to freezing temperatures.
You got to squeeze your balls harder, Andrew.
Like this. Hold on.
Basically, we just see.
What were you saying about a world record? What'd you say about a world record, Michelle?
What's that? I said no weather record for Connecticut. Yesterday was in the 60s Fahrenheit, and we broke records for that day, for this time of year.
Oh,
And
that's
now today
amazing,
we just
Michelle.
all of a sudden just went from going from 14 degrees Celsius to minus 6 degrees Celsius in less than 24
Well,
hours.
Michelle was very nice in the Cayman or the Canary Islands. I forget where I'm from, but it was very nice there.
Okay, Paul, I thought you were Leo for a second. Not
I
Leo,
am
but Lolly. Sorry, Leo.
Andrew?
No, don't ever call me Lolly, Andrew. We will never speak again.
Flick it, Andrew. Flick it so it goes down.
You can slap me as
Flick
hard
the tip of it, Andrew. Flick the tip.
Does Red have the Ukrainian military there on his picture, or what?
I can't see.
I'm saying nothing.
I wouldn't know anyway.
I'll leave that to Leo.
Yeah, the neo-Nazis there.
Yeah.
What about me?
They're flag proud.
No, it's just fun. I was talking like.
Oh, are you a neo-Nazi?
Lolly.
I remember, Michelle. I remember. I used to type your name in.
Where are you located approximately? What state are you in, or country?
Who? Who you asking, Michelle?
I asked Seasons what country she's in, or what
Seasons.
state.
Oh, Seasons? She's in our country.
Okay.
The land of the vaxxed and the must have to do what the government says. Sorry.
It's just sensitive to say notifications.
Michelle.
Michelle, are you going to reach out to Dimitri for the show tomorrow, or what?
That would be an awesome. Well, you know, is Dimitri even alive? You should reach out just to see that.
I think you should reach out to him while he has cell service, because they may knock that shit off, you know, and then you can't get a hold of them.
I don't even know if even if his internet's even working right now.
Yeah, you should try and check on him, Michelle. I mean, he is your ear supply.
Oh, Michelle. Oh.
Well, you know, the thing is I could always get other ears from another supplier. I might have to anyway, considering the shipping things from the Ukraine might become suddenly very complicated.
Yeah,
Right,
but you should. He's been your supplier so long. You should at least reach out to him. Maybe you can interview him about what's going on over there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Imagine putting him on a live show, Michelle, with him doing what we're doing here, walking around, showing you the city that he's in. You know, that would be prime content.
All the military walking around.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right in the hot zone, right?
He's right there.
Isn't he? He's like in whatever that town's called. Yeah. You should reach out to him, Michelle.
A sexy break with David Noodles.
I could try. I mean, I could try contacting him. But I don't really know how easy it would be for him.
I want to take that.
Oh, come on. All right.
What of yours?
No, can't you just be part of the show without being so irritating? Come on, stop being a pop.
Michelle, it's funny.
Michelle,
he's trying to have fun with you, Michelle.
He's showing you some love,
Michelle. Give you his hot supersonic coffee.
You know what you got to do? Noodles? You got to flirt with Lumi. Michelle don't like it, but Lumi is a dirty, dirty, dirty girl.
Oh, good God.
I've been trying. She does. I think she likes. I don't.
Noodles, this is not the time for this discussion.
Can you come out and play? Can you let Michelle be for a bit?
Lumi takes it in her dirty
Noodles,
hole.
this is not the
Pitch
time.
your voice higher. Pitch your voice a little higher, Noodles. Maybe that'll get them going.
Oh, good God. No, let's see, where are we now?
Into it.
Noodles!
Now it.
Take her away from here.
It's snowing right now. It has been freezing and inconvenient for me.
A fat spastic on our...
Portland,
Michelle, you want to go?
Portland, Oregon. All right, fine. I'm going to send some snow down to Modesto, California, so they can.
Can you hear me?
No, Andrew, I can't.
Oh, Michelle.
You lame bugger.
Michelle, Noodles is offering to take you to Providence Town for the weekend.
Stick Norwegian clothes.
So you want to go on a trip with Noodles this weekend, Michelle?
No, I'm not going with anybody this weekend.
No,
I gotta wash laundry.
You don't want to go and hang out at Providence Town there and on the Cape?
In fact, after this show, I have short socks.
Right, Noodles, just fuck it off. You're not welcome.
That's what girls used to tell me, Michelle, when I'd ask them out. I'd be like, "You want to go out Saturday night?" Like, yeah, I got to rearrange my sock drawer. That just sounds like an excuse. You know, I got to wash my hair. You know, my grandma died. Their grandma died like 6 times. Like, I don't buy that shit.
Michelle, let me tell you something, baby. I don't take
And then this weekend, I gotta wash my black dress because it's.
Yeah, that's what they used to tell me. I gotta wash my black dress. That's what they told me. I'm like, well, shit. Let me put some.
I can't go out with you because I gotta wash my date night dress.
Well, shit. Let me put some stains on it before you wash it. No,
why would you have somebody on there with somebody in handcuffs and with a Nazi symbol?
Joe, I'm gonna tear you up. I'm gonna tear you up from hips to lips, Michelle.
Oh, well,
I want that hot Norwegian body all up inside my body. We're gonna make a
for God's sakes. Yuck.
Michelle, tell him he's got to pay to play.
It's not even appropriate.
That woman in behalf.
So what if
Michelle, he's trying to break up the. You know, it's tense. He's trying to have fun with you.
So what if Noodle showed up with a bottle of Boone's Farm and some Marmite? Would you let him do his thing?
Oh, Michelle.
Would you let Noodles? Would you eat Marmite off of Noodles, Michelle? I know you love Marmite. Would you eat it off of Noodles? Would you put it on?
Can you hear me now?
So, what did you guys think of yesterday's video? I did.
Leo, can you hear me now?
No, Andrew, I can't.
You lying fucker.
I heard
I'll come over like marble.
No, this isn't appropriate content for the show.
Michelle, you ever consider starting a 1-900 number for when you're not on YouTube, Michelle, that people could call you up?
Yeah, Michelle.
Maybe
Michelle,
for
do
like
a love
$1 a
line.
minute, just say.
Listen, Red Foreman. I'm gonna tell you something.
All right.
You are not.
Anyway, so let's get back to the main topic. Given the fact the situation with energy, I'm going to tell you right
we
now.
got some drama popping off.
I'm going to tell you right now. I would not be surprised if the price of crude oil goes up to over $160 a barrel, and I don't think that's unlikely. I also don't think it's unlikely that in Connecticut and the United States, your electric bill is going to go up 200%. Okay, that's a fact. I do not see us getting out of this unscathed.
Oh, Michelle.
You're coming, Michelle. You're coming, Michelle.
All right, guys. All right, guys. To the panel. I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up. So let me. All right, guys. On the panel. I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up. So does anyone say anything last words before I ring off the panel?
Trust me. I'm not used to. I'll decide.
Did she kick us?
Alright, guys. I'll talk to you guys later, okay?
Oh, Michelle.
Alright, so I'll talk to you guys later in the panel, okay? Thank you. Oh my god. Alright. It was getting to be a bit too much in there. All right, so let me just give a quick recap of what's going on. Let me give you my observations. All right, now, because everything's so interconnected to petroleum, and the fact is that fossil fuel, that we know that the Ukraine is a major supplier for Western Europe for gas and oil. What's going to happen is they're going to end up shutting down the pipeline. All of a sudden, Europe is going to have no gas, no oil for industry. Okay. The United States is going to go, well, gee, that's just too bad, Europe. I guess you'll have to buy it from us, right? We can send a couple liquid natural gas tankers your way. But at the same time, they shut down the number 5 pipeline and the Keystone Pipeline project, which means that we are also kind of hamstrung as far as fuel goes. So I would not be surprised if your heating oil and your natural gas in the United States, and of course your electricity, which is generated from using natural gas. Connecticut now uses a lot of net gas turbines to generate electricity. So I'm going to say that we will probably be seeing our natural gas bills going up. They've already went up 25% from last year. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. And eventually Americans are going to say, I'm sorry, I just can't afford to pay for this anymore. And so people may decide to disconnect from the grid because they can't afford it. That's a reality, guys. That's a reality. The resources are just not going to be I don't think this country is going to make it. I think Western Europe is screwed, and I think the people who are going to make it right now would be the Saudis, Russia, the Chinese. Because the Chinese guys are spread short and curly, it's because they are doing the majority of our production, of our products. Russia, after many, many years of behind the curtain, Iron Curtain, and sanctions, have established their own means of doing things to keep production going in their country. This is very different from the United States, which outsources everything. People have panic attacks at 20. Yes, you're right, they do. And in fact, I've heard people call call 911 when Facebook goes down. But the truth is it may actually happen. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. That's what the really scary fact is. Okay, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So the panel, was getting a little crazy in there. I really, really kept having a hard time keeping up with everybody in there. But we will have to see. I don't know what we're going to do if our utility bills go 200%. I don't know how we're going to manage as a country. That depends on the interdependence on the systems that we have to keep things working normally when the utility bills are going to be up over 200%. And that's I don't know. You think you would just probably start going back out and looking for your people in your local communities? People would have no choice but to start thinking locally. Yeah, I know. But like I said, it's depressing. I'm not gonna lie. But people have been knowing this is happening. We've been seeing it for the last 2 years, more than 2 years. Okay, we know the situation with Donbass and Ukraine. We knew about the civil war going on over there. And now it's just become a bigger war. I don't know anything about everybody here, but I do know that a lot of people would probably end up basically, as I said, on the local level, would just kind of get together to protect each other. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, so you guys got batteries to maintain the game. Actually, it just collects them. He doesn't actually play with them. So that's pretty much where we stand. Ugh. It's been a long day. Yesterday I had a good time. I didn't talk much about yesterday. So let me talk a little bit about yesterday. I actually, after the show, I was debating, do I go to McDonald's just to get a coffee or do I stay home? I finally decided. I said, I'm going to go to McDonald's. I'm going to take my laptop with me. I bought the laptop for that purpose, so let's see how it actually does out on the road. And let's try it with the shelf and see if the shelf will support it properly. And it does. But the problem with the shelf, what I discovered is that it's a little slippery, and so things were kind of starting to slide off the shelf a little bit. What do you mean everybody's giving up in here? Am I saying Xbox 360? That's the next thing I was gonna do. Typically, I gotta find my at least my adapter, to composite adapter, so I can video capture the video game console, at least a standard definition, to the OBS, stream the game that way. And I was thinking about doing that. Because I was going to play the racing game. Now, of course, the funny thing is, Ed said to me was, he started seeing dollar signs and saying, ooh, I can sell this. I'm like, I was going to play it. Because it looked interesting. Oh, by the way, speaking of computers and video games, coming up in a few months, you're going to see the market for used video cards is going to be lowering prices are going to be happening. Cards are going to start getting close to MSRP. You're going to start seeing, which kind of had said, that people are starting to realize that they got these videos they don't need anymore. So, I was going to say, so, which means video cards are going to come down in price in both used and new. The problem with the new video cards is the issue of chip availability. That hasn't changed any. Whereas used video cards may finally start becoming more available for people to buy. And so, I mean, like Bellular said, he said it's pretty much the end of the PC gaming market because of the price of video cards. I don't know if that's entirely true. I don't think it's the end of the PC gaming market, but I do think that the video cards have gotten so expensive that people couldn't build a rig that they were proud of. Put some money aside for what? Yeah, well, some people can, some people can't. But remember right now, with the fact that everything's going up in price, people are actually going, hey, there are more important things in my life I need, like paying my rent and my electric and my gas bill and my phone bill. if they have to take care of the essentials, they're not going to go out rushing out of the way to build a gaming rig. Okay, that's just not going to happen. I know that doesn't sound exciting, but it's true. It's true. So, in fact, Canon, the company Canon, could not get any more of the computer chips they need for the DRM in their printers. So Canon was forced to make ink cartridges that have no chips in them. So if you buy brand new Canon cartridges, you will not see a DRM chip on your cartridge of your printer. And so Canon has had no choice but to point out how you can actually activate Canon cartridges that don't have the DRM chipset. What are you talking about? Andrew is freaking out on panel right now. Oh, well, let me go back to the panel real quick. Let's just see what's going on over there.
Looks like Andrew muted himself.
All right, guys, I'm back for a short
All right,
time.
Andrew.
Now, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, well, we'll move on. I'm trying to talk to Michelle Noodles. I guess she's feels uncomfortable with you. She calls it sexual harassment.
Yeah, but Michelle, it's for the show. Are we still live?
No.
Michelle, it's funny for the show. Everyone likes that. If you don't want me
She's
doing
not
it,
in here.
I'll do something else.
Is she in here? She is in here.
No, she's not in here.
I'm still alive, guys, right now.
Oh, she didn't come back in.
Oh.
Welcome back, Michelle.
Anyway, I just wanted to kind of just wrap up that the morning show is very different than the night shows. You guys, know that.
Well, Michelle, you're not doing the night shows anymore. So
I never said I was not doing the night. I never said.
No, she just took a break last night. She's gonna do this weekend.
Michelle, can we do like a love lines?
So we're just gonna have a Friday and a Saturday night show.
So we are doing a Saturday night show, yes.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday nights are better anyway.
I'll see about Friday, but on the Saturday, I can tell you we are having a night show.
So why don't we take callers like sexy caller, do a sexy caller thing, right? And play that music.
We do take callers on the night shows.
Yeah, but do sexy callers.
No, he's talking about like a theme, Michelle. I think it makes her uncomfortable. I'm trying to tell her it's all in fun, but she really does feel uncomfortable.
I do get uncomfortable about it.
So
yes.
if a woman did it, Michelle, so if a woman talked to you like that, you wouldn't like it either?
I wouldn't appreciate if a woman did that either, no.
Okay, just ask it. All right.
Yeah, but Michelle, it's...
And the problem right now is the fact is, guys, is we still have about 2 months before my strike expires, So, I mean, that's the reason why I'm wondering if we should keep the night shows on Twitch only, because that way YouTube can't strike me.
I mean, Michelle, they're not really that bad. Again, your strike was during a day show, Michelle. It wasn't during.
Yeah, and your strike was for COVID, Michelle. It wasn't for anything sexual.
Yeah, your night shows really aren't that
You're
bad.
talking
They're trying to pay,
COVID.
Michelle. You don't put any. I mean,
So stay
I'm
away
just gonna
from
say it out loud,
COVID.
Michelle.
The comedy should be fine. The call-ins and everything, Michelle. Just do it twice a week, Friday and Saturday. Everybody's, working. They're cutting loose on Friday nights. It'll be a good show.
Yeah, definitely a Friday show. I mean,
we did a Friday show last week. It did okay.
Yeah, and when everybody like Bill and Tiger, it's end of the week, we're looking just to have fun with each other. The Friday show is for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so the point is that Yeah, I don't really like the kind of smutty talk. I don't like that really at all. So, I don't care if it was a man or woman did that. In fact, I've slammed down the hammer on a few women that did that too on my show. So,
Michelle, could you try talking a little like smutty? Could you do a little smutty talk to Noodles? Give him a little payback.
Oh,
no, I don't like doing that. It's not my thing.
Come on, Michelle. Make him feel uncomfortable a little bit, like he did you. Come on. Talk sexy to Noodles.
You're a desirable woman, Michelle.
Craig says, Michelle, does
people.
Twitch pay you to go on there? I don't think too much about it, but if you're going to put the energy into a show, why not leave the... No, not yet. See, that's a good question, Craig, because I'm not an affiliate yet with Twitch. No, but if I was affiliate, then yes, I would be paid. But it only be like 50% of the take. They would take the rest of it. So, I think YouTube pays a little bit more, but, you know, I'm already monetized on YouTube, so that's the difference.
Why you should do your show on YouTube, Michelle? Your night show. Get more viewers, get more callers, get more money. Makes sense.
Well, that's the reason why they chose YouTube. It says this is funding. It wasn't there.
Michelle,
on Twitch.
if I give you $10, will you let me sexually harass you in public?
There you go, Michelle. You can make money that way.
It's a good deal. Good deal.
Yeah.
I'd let Noodles sexually harass me for less, Michelle.
I think Leo's attractive too. Yes, I do. But I also find Andrew attractive too. So.
Bullshit.
You don't find Noodles attractive?
He's
Andrew's
okay.
not attractive.
He's fine. I mean, he's a bigger guy. He's a bigger burly guy. He's
Michelle, who would you rather see outfitted in the GIMP outfit, Andrew or Noodles?
If I had to compare the two, if the two were in the same room, I probably would pick Andrew because Andrew seems to be a little more along the same lines I am.
Yeah.
Noodles, you're what do you call a go-getter because you're a Capricorn. Okay, you're a go-getter. You're the guy that goes out there and achieves much.
Michelle, didn't you say you were you're lesbian, right, Michelle? You're attracted to women?
Yeah.
So you're saying that like Andrew's feminine? He's more on the feminine side.
No, he just happens to be the kind of guy that I do find attractive. I do like some guys too, but I'm, you know.
What movie star do you find attractive? What famous person?
What movie stars do I find attractive?
Yeah,
male movie star.
What male movie stars?
Male movie stars.
Right.
You know what? I never really thought about it.
Yeah, you're not attracted to guys.
I never really thought about it. Which guys, movie stars, do I find attractive?
What about George Clooney? Do you know who George Clooney is, Michelle?
Yeah, I know who George Clooney is. That was one of the names I was thinking about.
Yeah.
What about Tom Selleck?
He's classic.
You like Tom Selleck, Michelle, and his mustache?
He's okay. Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah. What about John Wayne?
John Wayne, no, not really.
No. Okay. Fair enough.
John Candy, I like though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like their personalities more, Michelle?
I'm more into the personality than the physical physique. Yes.
So, do you like the funny men or do you like the serious men?
I like men that can actually be a little bit of both. But yeah, the funny guys are kind of more my thing.
What do you think of Robert? What about Robert Downey Jr.?
I don't really remember who Robert Downey Jr. is.
Oh, you don't. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the Marvel. You played Iron Man.
No,
in the Marvel movies.
They played Charlie Chaplin.
Oh yeah, Charlie Chaplin. He played.
Well, I'll tell you which female artists I like. I do like Bridget Fonda.
Bridget Fonda. What about Lady Gaga?
And I like Kirstie Alley.
Ooh, yeah.
All lesbian.
Yeah, well, I don't know if she's a lesbian, but because she's married, she has a family. But
what about Michelle Pfeiffer?
I don't think I remember what she looks like.
What?
Michelle, do you have any favorite porn stars?
I'm trying to think of other names. What about Sybil Shepherd? Yeah, she's okay. I remember from
What about Ginger
Moonlighting.
Lane, the porn star?
Lonnie
Ginger Lane,
Anderson. Yeah, Lonnie Anderson was good too.
I'll look her
So
up.
then, do
Lonnie
you like
Anderson.
Dolly
What
Parton?
about Dolly Parton? Yeah, Dolly Parton is kind of cool. She's not really an actress though. But yeah, what about
she
Reba?
is.
I like
She's
Reba
true.
McEntire
Michelle.
also.
She did 9 to
She's
5.
an actress.
She's
Yeah.
in 9 to 5. Great movie.
She's actually done quite a few movies. One of my favorite is The Little Whorehouse on Texas.
Well, I definitely like Reba McEntire also. She's a singer and an
I'm on
actress. Yeah, what about the woman that plays Grace in the Fighter, the one that plays Grace Kelly? She's kind of cool. Unfortunately, the reason why the show ended was because she relapsed back into the drug scene.
Oh, I used to love that show.
Yeah, I know, I did too.
Oh, I can't remember her name either. Yeah, that was one of my favorite shows.
She's from Louisiana, by the way.
Yeah, well, the earlier ones, when the kids started growing up in that show, it kind of started to suck.
Yeah. Red Foreman creates in, this is Craig, he says, I think it is better to use capitals so it's easier for Michelle to be read, but I don't like it to do it because then people think you're yelling at them. Yeah, so I understand that. That's why I work with people as far as how big the text is. I can make my screen bigger too, the text bigger and stuff as I need to. It's not like that hard to do.
How's your computer running now, Michelle? Is it running better since you cleaned it?
Yeah, it's. I put the other card back in for now, the old card, until I clean the Northbridge board, and then take the CPU apart and and put new heatsink grease on it. Because the new card is what they call overclocked, and so because it uses more power, it was giving my power supply chest pains. So, and the Northbridge was definitely getting chest pains. So I wanted to definitely clean out, start with the CPU and the Northbridge chipset, clean and put new heatsink grease on that, and that should help a lot. Because
Michelle,
when you were just
Michelle,
using
Jimmy
it
Banging one of the tenants?
when you were using it for everyday use, like word processing and stuff, it was
Excuse
fine.
me?
But when you were using OBS, because OBS puts so much load on the processor and the power supply, it just basically was making...
Michelle, I believe Stan had a quick question for you.
What?
Is Jimmy banging one of the tenants there?
No, I don't think
Oh.
so.
You said he had an apartment down there, though, where he brought women.
Yeah, it's apartment number 2. That's his.
Well, where does he get these women from?
I feel so fucking good. I've been cocking my pussy like that.
Where does Jimmy get the women from, Michelle?
Yeah, you're right, Craig. I understand what you're saying about the reading the chat on the side, especially when you're reading in the Google Hangouts.
Michelle, where does Jimmy get these women? Does he purchase them on Main Street? Women he brings
To my knowledge, he doesn't have any concubines or mistresses right now.
No?
I thought he had a girlfriend.
He had a girlfriend, but I'm gonna say had because I don't know if he's still dating her. Just as his wife has a boyfriend.
Michelle.
Wait, are there any hot chicks that live there?
What?
How's the bleach lady, Michelle? Is she sexy?
No, she's
The
big,
lady in
fat, and
apartment
ugly.
6. Is the lady in apartment 6 a 6, Michelle, or is she lower?
I mean, if you had a handcuff her to a bed, Michelle.
All I can tell you is the
rub
woman
some
in
butter on her.
the woman in 6 is very, very plain and dowdy, not very exciting to look at.
She's a basic bitch, Michelle.
Yeah,
Basic
pretty
bitch.
much.
All right.
Being a little bit on the fat side. You know.
Whoa.
Wow.
There's nothing wrong with that, you know. A little thick, you know.
Love handles.
Yeah.
I was just wondering how your surgery is doing. Are you feeling any better on getting your strength back? I don't know exactly what they did, but I hope you're doing okay. You're taking care of yourself. So he wants to know how you're doing, Andrew. If he's still here, I don't think he's here right now.
Michelle, if inflation did go up and you had to pay your bills, but you were short on rent, but Jimmy wanted to do something with you, maybe a little sexual, to pay the rent for the month.
I'm not doing anything with Jimmy.
Move.
Okay,
First
of all,
you would rather
Michelle,
move.
you'd be out on the streets in the winter.
Call Eden.
I'm not doing anything with Jimmy. Besides, I wouldn't anyway.
Not to pay your rent, Michelle? Free rent for the month? You wouldn't do it?
Hey, Foreman. Yes, when I'm outside, I have it on my phone. But I'm in my den too. It's too cold to sit out there today. How is the weather for you? Cold here too.
Cold today. It's cold today.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, what's the Jimmy doing about the snow tomorrow? Is he ready to
I don't know what he's doing about the snow tomorrow.
Freeze again.
See, the thing is, Jimmy hasn't been doing anything lately. I don't know. I think he's having problems. See, I know he has family and
act like adults.
Is he waiting for somebody to crack their skull
he's having
open on
health
his
problems
steps,
of
or
his
what?
own. He's having health problems of his own. All I can tell you is, he's got a help wanted sign out in the front for some reason.
What kind of help?
What kind of help does he want?
I guess the guys that worked at his apartment are retired left.
Maybe Paul will
What's
apply.
the phone number? Give me the phone. I'll call him up. I'll go work there.
Maybe Paul will apply.
I need a side hustle. What does he need? Like somebody to throw some salt down on the fucking stairs? That's it? Pick up the trash around the dumpster, you know?
Yeah.
I can do that.
Light bulb.
I'm you know.
Oh yes, glad you brought that up. That there's somebody's been throwing garbage bags outside the dumpster. I'm not sure who. And then the
Probably
raccoons
that bitch in apartment 6.
Paul, that was the bleach lady.
As I said,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know who's doing it.
It's probably that hooligan in apartment 6, Michelle.
He's the one with the Cadillac Seville, right?
No, she's the one with the Cadillac.
She is the one with the Cadillac.
Do you want Stan to walk by it and run a key along her car next time he's there, Michelle?
I think the woman, Paul, is a drug mule, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
She's probably running drugs from New York City up
probable.
to Boston.
I would say it's very probable.
Winsted as a home base, you know.
When she's living there and has a Cadillac, that's kind of fishy.
Yeah, it is fishy. Fishy as
Right.
hell. I thought that was Jimmy's Cadillac, and Ed said no, it's a tenant. And I'm like, that fucking car's out of place here.
Yeah. That's very interesting.
Yeah, Jimmy has a Mercedes.
That figures. That figures.
Guess what, Ray? We just got the shots of you doing this to someone else. Okay. Yeah, but this to California is gonna be cold. You guys have got a hard freeze coming.
Did Andrew pass out or something?
Maybe.
I mean, he started out okay today, but then he started to kind
But
of
right
fade off. Like
now, Modesto just went
maybe
up
medicated
to
or liquidated. I don't know.
I think we got the best of them.
44 degrees, it looks like.
I hope he's all right.
Oh, it's like an everyday thing. I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah.
It's only like 5 o'clock there as well.
Yeah.
It's like evening. It's afternoon, evening. Oh well. Rest in peace, Andrew.
Yeah, take care, Andrew. Feel better tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
So Michelle, what's the agenda for the Friday show? What are you going to be doing Friday night?
I don't know. I never know what's going to happen.
Want to get a bottle of Boone's Farm? Have a couple drinks?
I think definitely you should do that, Michelle. Lighten up a little bit, have some fun.
What do I think of the American Freedom Convoy? Well, very quickly, because it's already running a little late, is that I hope that they do achieve what their objectives are. I hope that they do point awareness to the BS that is going on in the Capitol that affects the truckers' lives is going to finally be addressed. Right now, there's a bill that was passed that says foreign truckers do not need to show proof of vaccination. But unfortunately, it doesn't say anything about American truckers. And I think that's going to suck. But that's what they're fighting for.
Yep.
Well, alright, guys. Anyway, I'm going to go sort my socks. See you guys probably maybe later on for World of Warcraft tonight.
Or hey, maybe Michelle, if you have. Michelle, go ahead.
So I'll talk to you guys later, okay?
Michelle, really quick, if you come across any loose socks, Michelle, you've lost the pair to any single socks. Let's do some sock puppets. You want to make some sock puppets?
No, I try to match them up with the orphan socks in the orphan sock drawer.
Oh, let's make some orphan sock puppets.
Yeah, orphan sock puppets.
You got buttons around the house, a couple buttons. We can make some sock puppets. Do a sock puppet show.
All right, listen, I gotta let you guys go again. So I'll talk to you guys later, okay?
All right, Michelle. Have a good
night. All right, Michelle.
Take care.
All right, TTYL, guys. All right, so guys, on the YouTube side of things, Twitch things, I'm gonna let you guys go too. So for now, talk to you later.